Once again, it's the Knights. I have to call these guys out. They're a quiet team. You don't see big numbers coming up, but you always see them in the top 10. They are such a consistent, surviving roster. Passive's probably not the best word. You don't really see too much of them, because passive would mean playing edge and not doing anything. They're always moving. They're such a mobile team. Just a little bit more IGL work, maybe a bit more teamwork, watching the back, watching the angles where teams sometimes catch them off guard. And this would be right up there with the rest of them. They're a fantastic set of players.
So after week one, we had a pretty decent week, I would say. Not the best, but not the worst. For the state of the team and everything that happened coming out here and with the roster changes and stuff, I think we was doing pretty well, all things considered. I was just excited to get out there for the next week and give it my best.
Pittsburgh Knights, they're scurrying, and Red Diamonds, they're sensing blood. The Red Diamonds have turned onto the Knights as well. This could well be the end for the Knights. Yeah,
it's rather unfortunate for the Knights here. They've turned up to a party and been split between two teams, so they're getting completely peppered from both angles and no real respite behind any tree, because you got the Red Diamonds behind them, you got Digital in front of them, and 10th place will solidify their grave.
The first 3 games of week 2, we played really bad. And after the game 3, I told everyone that if we get a bad game, at least if we don't get top 3, I'm gonna smash the table. And luckily we won the game, so that saved the table and that kind of saved our spot as well in the top 8.
FaZe Clan onto the Knights is going to be the next fight, and have it on your screen. There we go. Voxing, he's got himself lined up. Fuzzface, he goes for that peek, is going to get lit up, and he does. And Fuzzy's down. Now he looks towards Mexi. Mexi trying to go for that nade. Voxing doing work with his scar. Fuzzface and Mexi down. Rio's trying to make the push. That's an open push. 80 should have landed that shot. Can't manage to get it, and now Uber down as well. And the Knights are ripping FaZe apart.
Let's try and make this 5. Kramer wants to say no. Save his team captain. Up and over the hill he goes. And bye-bye FaZe Clan once again.
The smoke trying to sit and wait, but you can see the Knights, they have themselves an angle. Just catch a glimpse of the shadow. Oh, so Dominik, as soon as you show yourself out of that smoke, he's going to go down.
To the head.
NIP and M19 now pushing out as well. That's up in towards the top side or south side of Monte Nuevo.
It hits him in the head again. Back-to-back reels. The little beast.
This one, Kramer's trying to pull the nade out. Meanwhile, Jeeves managed to find one. Gaxi gets picked off by Drayden.
The Knights are repositioning themselves. All 4 members are flooding uphill.
Jempty's ready for them though. He's going to come around the side.
That's a good play from Jempty.
He's going to try and catch him. Jempty's just holding him up, but Kramer manages to catch him. And now Samty tries to come around. Jempty's flushed out. Ibby finds MBS, and now it's a top 2 battle.
Big play from Jempty to do that, because now they have the information that they were getting re-rotated on, but all of a sudden the Knights, they just flood. It comes down to Jim to hold the line. What could he do?
Can't do anything.
Absolutely nothing. The Knights in a 4-man stack. Ibby, last man standing.
Yeah, that drop down, you can see he wanted to get around a flank, but it's just too fast. The Knights moved in a beautiful 4-man notion coming out of the smoke. Rio spins on a dime and finds him. Team Liquid, 2nd place for them. I think it was 10 kills, but it's the Pittsburgh Knights.
So the following days, we had, I would say, like pretty decent average games. I would say, like nothing crazy, but nothing too disappointing. Rotations were good. Team fights were pretty poor at times.
Macro gameplay is very good. Our communication could use a little bit of work, but our team knowledge, rotations, macro fights, and overall knowledge in the game is actually really strong, but the thing that we struggle the most on, I would say, is just closing out the team fights.
Their position has been fouled.
The org working, and that's Bestelok who had the Groza down. That was a
Look
close
at the
one.
pre-smokes for him as well.
Points. Yeah.
It's just how you approach it. You can't go over the hill because if you do, you get shot in the back.
Pop it through the window. Yeah, into the window.
Bye-bye.
Boom. Good night. Red Diamonds face down fall as well. 9th place for them, 8th place for the Diamonds. And the Knights with 4 alive will just back away.
So actually watching the VODs back and the games in real time, I noticed that the analysts and casters made a note that 70%
It's like 70%
of the team's points cumulatively were pretty much kills. So this meta is very kill heavy.
We've definitely been trying to adjust playstyle a little bit. Not for me personally so much, because I feel like it's always been my playstyle is kind of passive aggressive and trying to fight people and kill people. So for me, it's not been too difficult. But as a team, we've been trying to work together to try and find like the perfect balance.
Radio Gaga. Radio
Erste Etage.
Handle you. Dude, you're not in shape, dude. I went to the gym yesterday. Should have an arm wrestle right here, right now, dude.
I got my money on Kramer. Straight up.
Let's go then, dude. Alright, ready?
Ready?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Go.
Oh, Kramer's got the form.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I was like this the whole
But you have
time,
to,
though.
like,
Yeah, you have
the
to like
fir-
be up tighter and like the motion
No,
is
the
to
first
come
seconds
down.
Just split the
Yeah,
table.
like you and
Yeah.
I haven't been really performing that well. I don't know why. It's more mental sided than me playing the game.
So how do you think about like turning that around?
I don't know actually. So every day I work on myself. I try to fix what is fixable, and I watch the replays each day. I try to take that as a kind of a school work, exams and stuff like that. And hopefully I'll bring more stuff to the table. I feel like the only game that I've unlocked the situation is when I knocked Miracle in the Miramar game that we won. I feel like it was a game-winning play.
Voxic hopefully will be brought back up. Kramer gets a huge knock.
And he crossfire
That's
in
a big
between. Miracle down.
Just think if Kramer actually does
The
all
Knights
this
are pushing.
damage,
The Knights are pushing.
he's been allowed to stay alive. Reals steps up as well, and basically this is coming off the back of Reals getting the res.
And this could be the winning move for the Knights here. If they can take control of the high ground, well, that's happening. They do get an IP down, but now the Knights, they can just spin around, and it's all downhill. FaZe are just going to get picked apart.
They get themselves back. 11 kills tanked up on the board, and it could be 15 if they go on a killing spree. Hey, 5 in the back for Kramer. He was allowed to stay alive. When he was down in the ditch, he steps up with the M24. 8C says, should we bother giving it up? Now, let's have a crack at it. Why not? Looks for another one. Dinks him in the head. And now he is dead. The Pittsburgh Knights stick another win on the board. Everybody's moving on the Knights to try and get them out of this, push them away, and take control. In the back here, Lee, this might be a minor overextension.
They turn their attention. That's a good nade from Reals. Gets a 2-for-1. And Ibiza's in there as well if he's got any more to follow. But the problem is, it's bought time for FaZe Clan to move
He might
in
get a 3-for-1
behind them.
here, Lee.
Because you see Kramer, he's having to fight them. So he's having to fight 2 angles at the moment. Reals is trying to hold the entirety of Team Liquid off. And he gets them down.
So after day 4, we didn't really have the best final day, but again, it wasn't the worst. It was just like another kind of average day. We're just waiting for one of them days where we can turn all our average games into good games and rack up like a good amount of points on a day to really kind of boost us up there.
So for week 3, we're gonna try our best to get top 4, to get to the Face It Global Summit. I don't think it's gonna be that hard if we play our game and we adapt properly to the game style we played before.
So it's still anybody's race, and I personally think it's gonna come down to the last day of the last week.
Obviously, if we get top 4, we'll be going to the Face It Major in London, and for me personally, that's all I'm really aiming for is top 4, because like that's where I come from. That's my hometown. I'm probably like 30 minutes away from the venue going into London, so I really badly want to play there. To go home and to visit family after I've been here so long, and at the same time go back and be able to play there at an event is the ultimate goal for me.